Hello students, I welcome you all to this virtual learning online platform. Now I would like to deal with one of the important elements from English grammar, that is sentences in English. In the previous couple of videos, I talked about various elements of English grammar like tenses, sentences, and so on. Now I would like to discuss what do you mean by a sentence and what are the types of sentences in English. According to the grammarians, a sentence is a group of words arranged in a specific order acceptable to the grammar of the respective language, and it has its own complete comprehensive meaning. If you refer to any standard dictionary, you will come across this type of definition. But whenever you look at a sentence in the structural point of view, you will find that a sentence is a group of words containing a subject and a predicate that expresses a statement or a question or something that the speaker really wants to. When you look at a sentence in the structural point of view, you will find that a sentence is a group of words containing a subject and a predicate that expresses a statement, maybe positive or negative, expresses a question, or expresses a kind of exclamation. That is actually called a sentence. A sentence always begins with a capital letter, some people call it a big letter also, and ends with a full stop. Now, in general, you can say that sentence is nothing but a group of words arranged in the grammatically accepted order, having its own complete and comprehensive meaning, beginning with a capital letter and ending with a full stop, having its own subject and a predicate. So this can be the holistic definition of a sentence. Now, let us try to understand the types of sentences in English. In the structural point of view, you can say that there are three sentences or three types of sentences. One, simple sentence. Two, compound sentence. Three, complex sentence. Now you see here, whenever you talk about a simple sentence always contains only one independent clause. It means it has a subject and a predicate. That's all. Now here you have the second type of sentence called compound sentences. A compound sentence contains at least two independent clauses, because the coordinating conjunction is helping you out to bring two different independent clauses, or to keep two different independent clauses within a sentence. And that's why you can say that a compound sentence always contains at least two independent clauses. And that's why that is called a compound sentence. Third, you have a complex sentence. A complex sentence contains a main clause called an independent clause and one or more subordinate clauses. It means a complex sentence contains one or more subordinate clauses and an independent clause called a main clause. And that's why such kind of sentences are called complex sentences. Moving forward, I'll just try to talk on the simple sentences here. First of all, try to understand what do you mean by simple sentences. A simple sentence has the most basic elements like verb, object, adverb, complement, having its subject as well within it. That actually forms a simple sentence. So you can say like this also. A simple sentence has the most basic elements which make it a simple sentence. It has a subject and a predicate. What are the elements that you find in the predicate? A verb, an object, adverb, complement, etc. A simple sentence is a kind of sentence that consists of only one independent clause. It means a simple sentence has no dependent clause or clauses. So you have only one subject and a predicate. So predicate may consist of a verb, object, adverb, complement, etc. But it will never have a dependent clause or a subordinate clause. So this simple sentence is an independent clause that can stand on its own as a sentence. And that's why such sentences are called simple sentences in English. Now, I will try to explain what do you mean by a subject and a predicate. A subject is a word or a group of words denoting to a person, object, thing, or a place. In different words, you can say a subject is a part of a sentence that contains the person or a thing or a place, and it performs the action in the respective sentence. Such kind of element of a sentence is called a subject. Whereas you have a predicate also. What is a predicate? A predicate is a word or a group of words saying or expressing something about a person, place, or a thing. So these words or a word are called the predicate that forms the important section of a sentence. In different words, you can say a predicate is the part of a sentence or a clause which tells us about the subject, what exactly this subject is doing, and what that subject is all about. So when you come to know about these things, then only you can say that you have a predicate in a sentence. Now let us look at a few examples of simple sentences. Look at the first sentence or all the sentences over here. I have already highlighted the subjects of the respective sentences. It means the subjects are bold, whereas the predicates are unbold in the respective sentences. Look at the first sentence here. The flight to Pune leaves at 6 a.m. every day. The flight to Pune, this is the noun phrase functioning as the subject of the sentence. What is the predicate? Leaves at 6 a.m. every day. Leaves is the main verb. Only one verb is there because in a simple sentence, you have a subject and a predicate. You don't get more than one predicate over here. So the flight to Pune is the subject. Leaves at 6 a.m. every day is the predicate of the sentence. Similarly, you look at sentence number 2, which is an interrogative sentence. Do they play cricket or football? Do they play cricket or football? So somebody asked, because you could see a few, guys over there in the ground, and you just inquired whether they play cricket or football. Do they play cricket or football? They is the subject of the sentence. Do play, right? Do is an auxiliary used in order to create a question here. Play is the main verb of the sentence. So they is the subject. Do play cricket or football is the predicate. Similarly, you see the third sentence. I love my country. I, first person singular number, subject. Love my country, that is the predicate of the sentence. Love is the main verb. My country is a noun phrase functioning as object in the sentence. Why do I call it an object? Because I can comfortably make a passive structure. My country is loved by me. It means I love my country. See the another sentence here. The sun rises in the east. The sun is the subject. Rises, verb. In the east, that is the adverbial of place showing the direction. Right? So the sun rises in the east. The sun is the subject. Rises in the east is the predicate. Similarly, you have the another sentence here. That is, she didn't go to school today. Maybe there is some or the other reason. She, S-H-E, third person singular number, is the subject of the sentence. Didn't go to the school. Didn't go to school today. Didn't go to school today. Didn't indicates negation. Go to school today is the predicate. So she is a subject. Didn't go to school. Did is an auxiliary here. NT, that is not, is a negation. Go is the main verb. To school is the prepositional phrase functioning as adverbial of place. Today is also an adverbial of time. So here you have, she didn't go to school today. It's a simple sentence, subject followed by a predicate. See another sentence here. We drink milk every morning. So everybody should consume milk, right? So we is the plural form, that is first person plural number, functioning as subject of the sentence. Whereas the remaining part is the predicate. Drink milk every morning, right? So here you have the predicate. We drink milk every morning. Okay. So here you have we as a subject, drink as the verb, milk as an object. Every morning indicates it is an adverbial functioning as adverbial of time. See, sentence number 7. My sister never works on the weekends. My sister is the subject of the sentence. Never works on the weekends is the predicate. So works is the main verb here. Never is a word of negation. On the weekends is the adverbial of time. See the sentence number 8. The pencils do not stay sharp for a long time. You need to sharpen it again and again. So the pencils is the noun phrase functioning as subject of the sentence. It is in plural form. Do not stay sharp for a long time. So this is the entire predicate of the sentence. Similarly, you see at sentence number 9. Our school building is made up of hollow bricks. Our school building is the noun phrase functioning as subject of the sentence. Is made up of or is made of. This is the verb phrase. Hollow bricks. So in totality, here you have our school building functioning as subject is made of hollow bricks is the predicate. Finally, you have one more sentence here, sentence 10. The salad is good for health. You know, many people prefer eating salad before beginning the main course of food. The salad is good for health. The salad is the subject, is good for health is the predicate. So these are the 10 sentences that we have discussed today. And this is the important, element of the sentences in English. So in the next class, I will talk about compound sentences and complex sentences. Thank you.